excited. So one Sunday in a church where I used to serve, after worship, which I had led and preached, after worship, one of the elder stateswomen of the congregation came through the line, and Em took my hand and held it as she shook my hand and came in really close. And I thought to myself, oh, I love these moments. I love these moments when people want to tell you right there in the receiving line sort of how much church had moved them that day, how much they had felt the presence of God. I love these moments. And so I stood and leaned in closely with a big smile on my face. And that's when Em said to me, why did we not do the Lord's Prayer? Has it fallen out of favor with the young people? And I smiled. And I thought, oh, that's not the moment I was thinking we were going to have. So Em and I had a conversation about that. For her, it is not church if we do not do the Lord's Prayer. That's what makes church for her, is the recitation from her heart of the Lord's Prayer every Sunday, the way she has done since she was a girl. In that church, for some people, it wasn't the Lord's Prayer that made church for them. For some folks, it was the building. And so when they decided to gut the sanctuary and change the orientation of the room from this way to that way, and move the chancel from here to there, and rip up the pretty red carpets, it just wasn't church for some people anymore. So what needs to happen for church to be church for you? Is it a song that we sing or a prayer that we do? Is it something about this space or about this cross? What makes church for you? Now, all of those things are fine and good. I think it's important for us to have traditions and for us to have things that we can rely on. Because if we can rely on things in worship, then it reminds us that we rely on God. However, none of these things make church, really. It's like the song that we sang with the kids this morning. I am the church, you are the church, we are the church together. And that's what really makes church. That's what we're exploring today, what it really means to be church. So as we prepare for the word preached, would you join with me your hearts and minds in prayer? Well, God, may the words of my mouth and the meditations of each of our hearts be found acceptable in your sight, for you are our rock and our Redeemer. Amen. My Grandpa Hart turned 90 at the beginning of July. The beginning of June, my aunts decided that we needed to throw a party for him. Not just with our family, but with the folks that they played cards with and my grandpa's cousins. So if you add all of our family together, that's about 25 people if everybody shows up, plus the card folks, that's another 10 or 20 people. And then if you add all the Marvel girls on top of that, that's a lot of people. We couldn't have the party at any one of our houses, so we started looking for a place to have the party. My Aunt Joan called me one day and said, I know, we need to have the party at the Patoka Community Center. My grandparents live